Welcome back. Today I have a longed for package from RightstufAnime. This was ordered back during Christmas time, and during that time, because they had a lot of orders, obviously they had a lot of out of stock items. Most of my stuff was out of stock, so I had to wait for them to restock, and finally they did. Everything is here. I checked. As you can see, this box took a tumble in the mail. This is the first time I've received a box this jacked up from Right Stuf, so I was really surprised to see the condition of it. I was a little worried someone had gone through my package at first, just to see what was inside and maybe taking something, but that was not the case. I think it just broke. It honestly didn't take very long to get to me considering it was sent medium mail, so I'm very happy, and I cannot tell y'all how excited I am for these volumes. So I'm just going to open everything by the bundles that were wrapped up together. These were the first three at the top. The first volume is volume 7 of The Girl from the Other Side by Nagabe. This is such a cool story. I've been reading for a couple months, if not maybe a year or two now. I'm just very slow with getting the volumes. It has really cool storybook-esque art. Black and white, obviously. Oh, I just spoiled myself. But this is such a cool story. I highly recommend it if you like kind of that fantasy-esque, calm, but also very dark type of stories. It is about a girl who lives in this world that is under threat of this disease that turns you into a monster, such as this thing right here. If you go outside the village border, you're on the threat of getting it. So everyone stays within the border, and they call the ones who are contaminated outsiders. So this girl has been living on the outside despite not getting it. She's perfectly fine. Spoiler alert, she's touched some of them already, and that's how you can get it. And yet she hasn't turned or anything. So she's a very curious child, and a lot of stuff happened in the volumes right before this that I won't spoil, but it's getting good, and I'm so excited to read that one. Next, I have volumes 3 and 4. This is out of order of Land of the Lustrous. First of all, these are very big volumes. Can you see that? I was not expecting them to be this big. So they're the taller type of manga volumes. And I love this series. I actually watched the anime first upon recommendation from a friend. Thank you to that friend. And then I just couldn't wait because the anime ended on a cliffhanger. So I started reading the manga. First of all, the art style is very simple, but in a very elegant and neat way. It's stunningly beautiful. Just the way the author frames her panels. It's gorgeous. I love it. And despite being so simple, a lot of the scenes are so devastating. I cannot wait to get the later volumes because I didn't complete the series with this purchase. But if you want to hurt, this is a series for you. I will explain it when I get to the other volumes. So there's volume 4. And I'm very happy to learn that despite this being probably a later print, the colored pages are still there at the front. That's something that always worries me when I buy volumes new, especially if a series has been being printed for a while. I really do want to get the volumes that have colored pages, and I'm happy to know that the later printings do still have them. This whole package is manga, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. All right, switching it up. So I have this 5 volumes. The first one is Sadako at the End of the World. I thought about pre-ordering this, but I decided to wait until it was available, and then it went out of stock. So this must be good. I think this is a one-shot. It's by Yen Press. In a world torn apart by apocalypse, 2 lonely little girls chance upon a strange video. To their surprise and joy, a girl with long black hair named Sadako climbs out of the TV. But little do they know that Sadako is a vengeful ghost who will kill them in a week. And then it says the rest of the story is just them trying to help her find victims or friends. So I read the synopsis for this on the website, and I thought it was so funny. I'm very interested to see what the actual story is, but also just look at the art on the cover. It's so cute. I love that little sketchy kind of painterly style. Just look at her. That's so cute. Okay, I'm just going to flip through just a little. I don't want to spoil myself. So from what I've read, this is a one-shot. It looks like this was created by a couple of different people. Koma Natsumi seems to be the main one. I'm assuming they are the artist. And then we have supervision and character provision. So very excited to read this. Then I have volumes 1 through 3 of Witch Hat Atelier. Is that how you pronounce it? I hope so. This manga attracted me by the art. I think the art is gorgeous. I especially love this cover right here. Oh, but this one actually looks really cool too. I just like the art. That's how you can get me to read your manga. Oh, it has colored pages. Wow, look at that. It's gorgeous. So I'm happy to own this just for the art. Just like to have pretty books on my shelf. I think this is kind of Harry Potter-esque, where the main girl goes to a wizarding or magic school. Okay, yeah, so this does sound very Harry Potter-esque, not necessarily that she's like abused or anything, just that she discovers witches and wizards exist, where she can use witch magic, but her type of magic is very negative. So she most likely goes to a school to learn how to control it and stuff like that. It sounds kind of basic, but the art is really pretty, and I've seen anime figures of this series being created despite this not having an anime. This is by Kamome Shirahama, and yeah, I've been seeing this series go around, so despite lackluster reviews for the first few volumes, I have seen some positive reviews for the later ones, so I'm hoping this is good. And then the last volume in this bundle is To Your Eternity, Volume 3. I will actually have to look up what this is about because I forgot. So I know volumes 1 and 2 is in the other ones in this package, so I'll wait for that. The next bundle contains 2 volumes, volumes 5 and 6 of Land of the Lustrous. These covers side by side look so pretty together. And again, I will describe what this series is about when I get to volumes 1 through 3, which should be around here somewhere. So the last bundle had these 4 volumes. The first 2 are volumes 1 and 2 of To Your Eternity. And I refreshed my memory on what this is about. Oh, a little damage down there. That's a downside. These were published by Kodansha, so I bought a lot of Kodansha volumes this time around. Oh, this doesn't have colored pages. I hope that's not a printing thing. So this one has colored pages. That's interesting. So volume 1 of To Your Eternity has colored pages, and so does volume 3, but not volume 2. I hope that doesn't mean that like this newest printing doesn't have it and I just have a volume that doesn't have it, because that means I'm gonna have to go scout for it because I want the colored page. This looks like a really pretty cover. But anyway, To Your Eternity is about an immortal being that gets like abilities based on the people that he meets. He starts out as like an orb and then slowly starts to gain attributes and things like that because he doesn't have any identity or purpose or anything like that. So it's kind of a philosophical type of series. From what I can understand, I'm not sure what the story progresses as because I haven't read it, but it sounded really interesting. It's by the creator Yoshitoki Oima, which I believe also was responsible for A Silent Voice, which is the story which you can also watch on Netflix, I believe, the series and the movie, about the deaf girl and the bully that grows up to, you know, try to apologize to her for doing that stuff to her when they were younger. But the art was gorgeous. The story sounded interesting. Look at so much detail in the paneling. I love it. So I'm very excited to read this. I'm going to have to double check about that volume 2. Next we have volumes 1 and 2 of Land of the Lustrous. And I bought the anime to this. You may remember if you saw that video where I bought it, what this is about. If not, let me refresh your memory. So this series is by Haruko Ichikawa, and it is about, I don't want to say a post-apocalyptic world, but it is the aftermath of humanity basically devolving. That's kind of a spoiler, I'm sorry. But the main characters are these gem people. They don't have a gender. They kind of call each other him and them and all that stuff. When I was reading the fan translations, I'm not sure how official the manga official releases do that, how they describe themselves. There's really no people. They're really the only things left, them and their sensei, which is this robot priest kind of thing. And the way they live their lives is they just kind of live on Earth in this island and try to fight off these beings that come from the sky called Lunarians. According to Sensei, they shatter them, pick up their pieces, and take them to the moon for jewelry and things like that. So obviously that's horrifying because these beings, their sentience is in the gem Like they're literal gems. If you break their arm off, they'll be shards of the gem that they represent. So we have diamond, phosphophyllite, bort, and I can't remember their name. It starts with an R. I'm so sorry. But yes, they represent actual gemstones. So a lot of people call this the Steven Universe anime, but it's highly different, totally different. I would not recommend coming into the series with that mindset. But it's so interesting. Like I said, I started reading the manga after the anime because the anime stopped at such an important cliffhanger and I just could not wait. Especially since there's no announcement for season 2, which makes me very sad. So I highly recommend picking up the manga if you really enjoyed the anime. And even if not, I think the manga has tons of charm. You can kind of tell the author evolved their art style after so many volumes. The newer volumes look a lot cleaner as well. And I plan to get those at some point. But yes, it's such a good series. I would highly recommend it. There's a lot more going on than just simple, oh, they have to fight off these things, trying to capture them and taking them to the moon kind of thing. There's a lot more going on. And it does follow the main character, Phosphophyllite. She goes through, or they go through a journey, y'all. They go through a journey and it's heartbreaking, but highly recommend it. And that is it for this manga haul from RightstufAnime.com. Recently, I have noticed that they changed their policy. So they used to have free shipping if you bought anything $50 or more. Now that has changed, I believe, to $75, which is a little too high for me. So I probably won't be making any hauls during the year. I'll probably wait for major sales or whenever I feel like buying a pricey anime or two. I bought all of this during their holiday sale, so that's why I have a lot of volumes 1 through 3 of things. They were all in bundles. Blend of the Lustrous had multiple bundles, and I only chose to buy 2 of them. But I am planning to get the remaining volumes at some point, and then I just needed these 2 for my collection. Their holiday bundles are, I think, the best way to stock up on manga, especially if you just want to try a series. 1 through 3 volumes is a really good starting point for certain series, so I do recommend tuning in now and again to see what they have in stock or available. I'm very happy with my purchase, and I will make sure to link all of these manga in the description if anyone is interested. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video.